Hey, what's going on, and welcome to video number 1 of our 4-part video series. I'm so glad that you made it, right? I'm so excited that you're here. So before I get started, I want to give you guys a quick disclaimer. My kids may pop in any second now with, butt naked or whatnot. Hopefully my wife put their clothes on them. But you know what? I designed my work around my life, right? Because I wanted to be able to be with my family rather than being at work, driving around all day long. I wanted to design a life where I can be around my family, which I did, right? So it took a lot of months and a lot of painstaking research to get where I'm at today, right? So it's not like it didn't happen overnight. It took a little bit of time. Months of painstaking research, development, and thousands of dollars later, I finally cracked the code, right? It's the same exact system that I'll be sharing with you over the next couple of days on how I became the #1 solar sales consultant literally in the nation. After using these strategies and techniques that I'm going to share with you over the next couple of days, I literally knocked my sales commission right out of the park, right? So before I get started, I just want to introduce myself because you're probably like wondering, who the heck is this guy, right? My name is James Ramos. I've been in the energy industry now for about 7 years, going on 8 years. I've helped local utilities and local governments with their energy efficient rebate programs. I also help hundreds of homeowners save thousands of dollars in their electric bill. I also have thousands of people following me on social media where I educate them on how to transition to cleaner, lower cost energy. I've owned my own energy consulting company, but most importantly, my most important credential is I used to be a solar sales consultant just like you. I know exactly your pain, right? I've been in the front lines. I met with homeowners in the coffee table, worked every single weekend. And after all of that, right, after putting all that work, I was just so upset that I wasn't making enough money to support my family, right? That was what really got me to really think about how I can make some significant amount of money without spending so much time, right? Because I didn't have any more time to put into my solar business, right? I was already working 12 hours plus a day. There was just no additional time I could squeeze out of my day to sell more jobs. So I had to come up with a way to utilize my time smarter to sell more jobs, to make more money in the solar sales industry. So these are the same exact tips and strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you in the next couple of days with this video series. So enough of an introduction. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about and how to sell solar via online meeting. If you're already selling solar via online meeting, that's awesome. You're definitely ahead of the curve. But if you're not, this video is definitely for you. So let's go ahead and jump to my whiteboard and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and jump over there now. Hey, what's going on, and welcome to video number 1, which is how to sell solar via online meeting, right? I'm going to show you guys this all today. But if you're already selling solar via online meeting, great. You're definitely ahead of the curve. But for those of you guys that aren't selling via online meeting, this is definitely for you. But before I get started, I just want to give you guys some background as far as where the solar industry as a whole is going, right? Because I talk to a bunch of executives all the time and I try to pick their brain as much as I can. So there's a lot of good things happening in the solar industry, as you probably already know, right? But one great thing that's happening in the solar industry is they're going into a gamification type of selling, right? So the face-to-face selling is a great way of selling, right? It's really effective. But what's happening with the solar companies, they're starting to understand and use technology and leverage technology for their favor. So what I mean by that is a lot of solar companies are going into a gamification type of website, right? Meaning that the homeowner can actually punch in and create their own solar design, and at the end of design, the system in the solar company's website is going to be able to give that homeowner a proposal, right? So we have a very short window opportunity, right? We have a couple years to really tap into the market, and then the gamification is going to kick in, and obviously is going to be less and less need for the typical solar sales guy to go, that goes out in the field just like yourself. So we have a very short window of time to capitalize on that, right? So really great for the solar industry because they're going to be able to install more solar panels, but really bad for us as the sales guys because they're not going to need as many sales guys out in the field, right? So you would definitely need to capitalize on that as fast as we can. So to give you guys an example, if you think about it, back in the 90s or early 90s or even the late 80s when the mobile phone just got started, there was a lot of education that had to be brought in front of the society, right? Before people started getting more cell phones, right? And the prices had to reduce, right? And after a couple years, there's really no more education, right? The price is reduced. Everybody now has cell phones, right? So it's the same exact thing with the solar industry. Right now, we're doing a lot of education, but later on in the future, in the next couple years, homeowners are already going to know about solar, the benefits of solar. So what's going to happen in the future is the consumer is going to be able to go on the website, choose a solar company, and just put in all their information there and get a solar proposal right then and there without the need of a solar sales guy to present them all the information. So we need to capitalize, right? We have a very short window opportunity. Obviously, we have a couple years, but able to maximize your time. Instead of driving around all day long, you're gonna have to learn how to sell via online meeting. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right to it, right? So does any of these sound familiar to you? You basically drive around all day long meeting with homeowners, or you sit in traffic for hours and hours at a time every single day. Or maybe you don't have time during the weekends with your family, your friends, because you have to work every single weekend, right? Because that's basically the only time the homeowner has time to meet, right? So this is you, right? And these are your homeowners, and basically what you're doing is selling solar via online meeting. And excuse me, I'm not an artist. I just had to draw some stick figures there. So some of the benefits of selling solar is, how would it feel to never have to drive to another meeting ever again, right? Unless you like driving in the meeting. Or how would it feel to never have to sit in traffic, right? Traffic is so annoying, right? Sitting in traffic for hours and hours to meet with homeowners. And sometimes when you get to the homeowner's house, they're not even there, right? So how would that feel to never have to sit in traffic ever again? Or how would it feel to sell more jobs, right? Because now you're going to be able to capture that time that you would have used to drive around or sit in traffic. You're going to be able to capitalize on those hours and actually sell more jobs where it counts, right? Because driving in traffic and driving around all day doesn't make you any type of money, right? So you want to be able to capitalize on that time and sell more jobs. So there's a bunch of online platforms out there, right? There's Join.me, there's GoToMeeting, there's Google Hangouts, there's a ton of them, right? But basically, there's a few requirements that you need to be able to sell solar effectively via online meeting, right? The first one is the ability to share your screen, right? You want to be able to share your computer screen so you can have the presentation with your homeowner. The second one is FaceTime, right? You want to be able to see each other's face, right? Because you're going to be able to have the connection with a homeowner as if you were sitting there face to face at the coffee table, right? So you don't want to lose that face to face connection. So it's really, really important to have some kind of FaceTime capability. The third one is the ability to record, right? So super important as well, because just in case the homeowner wants to review the information later, then they can review it via recording. Or maybe the other spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend is not there, they're going to be able to watch the actual consultation without the other spouse or boyfriend and girlfriend trying to translate exactly what went down in the meeting, right? You know how that can be, right? That information can be construed by so many ways, right? So make sure it has an ability to record so the homeowner has ability to actually watch the video later and share it with their spouse or whatnot if they have to. And lastly, it needs to be user-friendly, right? You want to be able to email the homeowner a link, they'll be able to click that link and they're in the meeting, right? So you don't want the homeowner to have to download an app, download a driver, give their blood type, whatever it may be, right? You want to make sure it's super simple and user-friendly for the homeowner. The only thing they're doing is clicking the link and they're in the meeting. And lastly, video etiquette, right? It's really important to make eye contact with the homeowner. And the only way you're gonna make eye contact is to look right into the camera, right? Don't be looking into space or looking at your keyboard or on your notepad. When you're talking to the homeowner, make sure you're looking directly in the camera. Secondly, background noise, right? Background noise can be very, very distracting. So if you have kids like I do, and I do a lot of my work at home, make sure that you go in a quiet space because it can be very distracting when you hear your kids running around everywhere, or whatever that may be, whatever that background noise may be, right? Whether it's your dog or maybe other people talking, if you're in Starbucks or in a public location, just be aware of the background noise and go somewhere that's super quiet so there's no distractions. Thirdly, tech check, right? This one's super important. You want to make sure that all your equipment, everything is working, they can hear you, they can see you, before you start rambling on the presentation, right? Just ask the homeowner really quick, can you see me? Can you hear me? If they can, great, right? And if they can't, you can adjust from there, right? So just don't start rambling on about the presentation right off the get-go, right? Do a quick tech check. Hey, homeowner, can you see me? Can you hear me? If they can, awesome, go ahead and do your presentation. And lastly, closing language, right? The closing language, when you're face-to-face with a homeowner at a coffee table, it's gonna be a little bit different when you're selling online, right? So make sure you have a good closing language, but if you don't worry, I'll be sharing all my scripts with you guys as well that I use during my consultation. So don't worry if you don't have a good closing language. But a few extra little tips, right, when you're doing your online meeting, as far as like, the equipment that you would need. First and foremost, obviously, you're gonna need an internet connection, a PC or a laptop. You're also gonna need a microphone, right? Depending on how good or how bad your microphone is on your laptop or your PC, make sure you have a good microphone, right? So the homeowner can hear you clearly. And lastly is lighting, right? So during the daytime, if you're selling solar during the daytime, make sure you sit by the window, your face towards the window so they can actually see you. During the evening, obviously you want to turn the lights on, but sometimes that's not enough because your face may still be a little bit dark. So you may want to invest in some kind of video lighting, right? So you can just Google video lighting in Amazon and purchase a small little lighting there, or they're actually what they call a ring light. Small little ring that you can attach to your PC, which is going to give you enough lighting so you're not in the dark, right? So those are the 3 extra bonuses as far as equipment, what you would need to have an effective online meeting. So that concludes video number 1, which is selling solar via online meeting. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting video. We're going to talk about automation. I'm also going to show you exactly where you're leaving a lot of money on the table in the sales process, right? And how we can fix that and automate that process so you're going to be able to capitalize and sell more jobs in the back end of your sales process. So keep an eye out for video number 2 tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.